Hello, what's up everyone? Welcome back again and namaste, namaskaram to all the Indians viewers here. If it's your first time, this is your African boy, myself Gabs Gabi, and today I'm going to react to one of the video by the title India does not deserve this respect. French media reaction. So actually what I know it is just recently I saw one news like Narendra Modi, that is PM Modi, he visited France, but I didn't went deep, like I don't know deep about what was the purpose and what is really happening or what happened really. I don't know about that, but we are going to check India in detail. So I love reacting or checking this girl video because she really explained things in a very clear way and in English subtitle. So without wasting time, let's go.
Many Indians are celebrating their Prime Minister receiving a grand welcome and France's highest award. But the reality is far uglier than what it seems to be. And friends, listen carefully. You are not what you are pretending to be. So, viewers, please pay attention. On the one hand, France invited India's Prime Minister as guest of honor to the July 14th Bastille Day military parade, and the French president even honored him with France's highest award. But then, on the other hand, France's state-affiliated media published articles using words that sound insulting and disrespectful against India. So, Indian viewers, do you want to know why Modi and India are getting all this respect and recognition in France? The French state-affiliated media seems to have the answer to that. According to this article, India's promise as a counterweight to China in the Indo-Pacific was the reason French president invited Prime Minister Modi as guest of honor. Not only that, the article also mentions that despite India's failure to condemn the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Macron has proved to be exceptionally willing to forgive Modi. You heard that right. Macron willing to forgive Modi. But seriously, forgive Modi? I mean, that sounds very insulting. It kind of shows that France's position is somewhere there and India's position is somewhere here. And the French president is kind enough to forgive India's prime minister for his mistakes regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. But wait a second, there is more to it. The article also seems to mock India while comparing it with China. Read this. India shares a contested 2,500-kilometer border with China and is haunted by its defeat in the 1962 Sino-Indian War. And read this. In a position of weakness on several levels, India is afraid of China. Yes, you heard that right. India is afraid of China. Mind you, this is not a Chinese media outlet. This is a French media outlet. Specifically, France 24 has been described as a French state-owned international news channel. And now read this article in France 24. It mentions that Christophe Jaffrelot, one of France's most respected India scholars, questioned the Modi invitation at a time when India is moving towards a form of government that can best be described as electoral authoritarianism. And of course, read the headline. So, in other words, the article seems to position France as a democracy of highly civilized, liberal and inclusive people that is supposed to act as a role model to the entire world. It also kind of suggests that a country as amazing as France has to, unfortunately, partner with a country like India that doesn't quite match France's high standards, right? But enough is enough. Now it's my turn. Now I want to tell viewers what the real France is. I want to tell viewers how rotten and shameless this European colonial criminal state is. So France, stop being deceitful and stop pretending to be a protector of liberalism, inclusivity, democratic values or pluralism. Stop pretending to be what you are not. At best, you seem to be a true protector of your colonial loot and the nefarious agenda of your ongoing neo-colonization in Africa and elsewhere. You think citizens are blind and you can fool them? You think we do not know what you are still doing in Africa? Friends, at home you crush democracy by trying to silence your own people, brutally attacking them, even firing at peaceful protesters, blinding them, and then you have the audacity to preach to others about democracy. Should we forget the French "I can't breathe" horror? Should we forget your so-called burqa ban? Should we forget that the UN Human Rights Committee criticized your so-called burqa ban, saying that France violated the human rights of two women by fining them for wearing the niqab? Friends, why is it that you have national holidays for Christian festivals, but no national holidays for Muslim festivals? Friends, it is not just about Muslims. You have a track record of persecuting Christians who are not Catholic. Can Protestant Christians forget how their fellow believers were forced to flee in the 17th century? Even today, as observed here, anti-Protestantism is very much part of a certain French political culture. And discrimination is not limited to those who are of non-European descent. Even French citizens of European descent have faced discrimination and oppression in France. Friends, should we forget what you have done to Bretons? Should we ignore what Alsatians and Lorrainians are facing in France? Friends, should Hindus forget that you even chose to officially refer to Hare Krishnas, specifically ISKCON, as a cult? And yes, as explained here, in 1995, its qualification as a cult and the consequence that followed obliged ISKCON to sell the properties, notably the castle of Ermenonville it had acquired. But remember, France is not innocent. As one of the biggest colonial criminal states, it knows exactly what it is doing. Friends, I want to tell you this. Don't forget that during the Second World War, when your own people collaborated with Nazis, there were Indian soldiers who came to save you or fight against Nazism, which, by the way, is a product of the West. And friends, don't forget how during the First World War, Hindus and other Indian soldiers died for you while fighting for the freedom of France. Friends, times have changed. Those who were formerly enslaved have now become independent and powerful. You desperately need those you used to look down upon today for your own survival. Of course, it is only natural that former colonists feel uncomfortable when they have to treat the formerly enslaved on equal terms. But as a civilizational nation, India knows very well what its role and position is in the world. Yes, India as the voice of the oppressed, colonized and the global south needs to engage with and at times even praise the Western colonial criminal states as they continue to hold a lot of power. So yes, it is actually India who is, in a way, temporarily compromising its values by engaging with a colonial criminal state like France. See you again.
Okay guys, that was from India Detail explained by Karolina. Wow, to be honest guys, actually I wasn't expecting to be hearing all those things. For me it was like I was expecting to hear something amazing, to feel proud of it, something to cheers, because what I watch in the news, I think because I was watching, I saw it was mostly Indian news, guys. That is why they only reveal the positive part of Modi being in France. But yeah, we didn't saw also. It's just today only in this video that I saw what the France news gave about the Prime Minister visit in France, which was really negative also. But I wasn't. It is something sad to be hearing this at all. None of Indian will really appreciate or will be happy of hearing what we listen today. This is really something sad. As an African, I was expecting something wow, people are really, I know from both sides, from both president of India and France, I know they are definitely aiming for a positive and great goals to achieve. But media nowadays, guys, they are, I don't know how to say, and I hate politics, but I know media is, and news, they are very complicated. They are very complicated, guys. Yeah, people are mostly people are promoting the negative news most of the time in the news and in the media. But yeah, it was really nice to hear from her. Yeah, I know whatever all she said is true with a proof as she revealed. And yeah, whatever it is, I know India is gonna be great. even if whatever they will say, whatever obstacle or distraction, whatever other foreign country might try to do, it will never affect them. I believe I'm not Indian, but I'm in India currently, and I'm witnessing a lot of great things. So previously, just Chandrayaan 3 is launched, and maybe soon it will reach the moon. So hopefully, we wish all the best for India and for France. We are all praying for peace and harmony. That is it. Love from Africa. Make sure to like this video, and if in case it's your first time here, kindly subscribe to my reaction family. And if you want to watch my vlogs in India, you can check Gabs Gabi TV. Thank you so much. Tata.